Here at the Universalist Unitarian Church of Farmington, every day and every way, we bid you welcome. In this community of radical inclusion, we make space for what you believe, who you are, what you love, and who you love. Your whole self is welcome here. It is important that you showed up here today. Gathering in community is an act of rebellion against isolation and hopelessness. Knowing this to be true, please repeat after me. We are rebels for hope. We are rebels for hope. Oh, let's do it again. We are rebels for hope. And that we are. My name is Linda Brown, and I am the service leader today. My pronouns are she, her. Thank you for spending your Sunday morning with us, enjoying the service here together. I see a lot of wonderful faces, thank you, or watching online. I'd like to extend a special welcome to any visitors today. After the service, we invite you to join us downstairs for coffee and conversation in our reception hall. Please take a moment, if you haven't already, to silence your phones, but we welcome you to share your presence with us on social media. So we have some announcements. We can start with, we have a last-minute announcement from Barb.
Hi, Barb Iovan with Social Justice. My pronouns are she, her. And I just want to mention something about the little free pantry that we have. Because of the ongoing below freezing temperatures, we are currently temporarily not putting canned goods or plastic items in there. Dry items, you might have seen on the slide, dry items like milk powders, dry soup mix, Bisquick, things like that are great. We have a mountain of chicken breast and tuna can and meals in a can for as soon as we get back to some reasonable temperatures. So thank you again for all your donations.
Okay, some of our other announcements. Join us on Friday, February 20th for an all-you-can-eat spaghetti dinner. We have gluten-free and vegan options available, and you can either dine in or carry it out. You know, take it home for the family. Thought it'd be a fun thing for all of us to get together on a Friday night and enjoy the end of the week. The event will be in Adams Hall from 5 to 7:30. No set time. You can come in anytime you want. Tickets are $12 for adults, and for children from 5 to 12, it's $8, and under 5, children are free. I'm sorry?
The slide says the 21st. Is it Friday? It's Friday the 20th?
It's Friday.
The slide is wrong.
I don't have my calendar up, but it is Friday, definitely. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that. You will have missed it if you come on Saturday. All proceeds benefit UUCF, and we would ask it to help us planning on how much food to prepare. There is a reservation form in the Friday e-blast and a QR code downstairs, just to let us know whether you're coming and what you might like, whether you want the gluten-free or the regular. Membership presents a UUCF karaoke night on 2/21/26. I think that's a Saturday, right? From 6 to 9. Join us on Saturday, February 21st from 6 to 9 at Adams Hall for karaoke. Come to sing or just enjoy the community. Adults and kids of all ages are welcome. Membership will be providing light appetizers and refreshments, but you are welcome to bring something to share. So we begin the service by lighting the chalice, which is the symbol of the faith that we share with the words from our mission statement. Please join in reading our mission statement in unison. We seek answers everywhere, include everyone, live with compassion. Please rise in body or spirit for our hymn from the Gray Hymnal, number 331, Life is the Greatest Gift of All. Argo is unable to be with us this morning, so there is no Wonder Box or Message of All Ages, and I don't see any children to sing out either, right? Oh, do we have one? They're downstairs. Oh, they're already downstairs, okay. We had some last-minute conversation about all this morning, so. Okay, moving on. Through the sharing of joys and sorrows, we make space every Sunday for authentic and vulnerable sharing, which helps to build this congregation into beloved community. You are invited to share what's going on in your life, to name your feelings and the people in your heart in need of prayer, good energy, best wishes, and other help. You're welcome to come pick up a stone or stones from the table, infuse or charge it with your joy or sorrow, and place it in the singing bowl, where its energy will ripple out to be held by all of us. If you'd like to verbally share something important on your heart, please come up and speak into the microphone. All are welcome to participate in any of these ways.
Hello, my name is Liz Knight. I did not share last week because it was had another very large surgery on the 28th. If you have followed along, he's been battling colon cancer since 2018. Long story short, very long surgery, 3 teams, all successful in their goals. However, the recovery process has been larger than we anticipated, and it's just slow. So he spent 10 days in ICU, but as of today, he's in a step-down unit. He's got transitioned to being able to sit up in a chair as of yesterday.
We light 3 candles for the intentions that rest in the silent sanctuary of our hearts. 1 for the joys, one for the sorrows, and one for the strength of the gathered community that can support you and bring you peace. For our meditation moment, we have a reading from Kara Fortner, Blessed Just by Being. Dear humans, the ones with senses that witness and hearts that break, the ones with brokenness and bruises, seen and unseen, know you are blessed just by being. Dear humans who struggle through changing tides and crashing waves, the ones who dig deep and hold on tight, and the ones who run up the beach to the safety of the dunes. Know you are precious and that you have choices. You who let joy kindle your souls, even when outside forces would wish to blow out the flame, know you are lovely and wonderful. You who study, research, express, and innovate, who question and test and experiment, know you are needed and valued in your curiosity. Dear humans, the ones who commune with the trees and animals, who admire the caterpillar on the milkweed and marvel at the spider on her web, know you are beautiful in your connectedness. You who struggle, who yearn for more and better and more loving, who suffer, who resist, who play and delight in the important things. Keep your precious ways which bring more loving into the world. Cherish your innovations and your choices. And dear humans, know that you are blessed just by being. Our meditation song is number 362, Rise Up, O Flame. We'll sing it through twice. Our offering words are by Kayla Parker. We know that our financial contributions to this congregation come from sacrifice and hard work. We are so grateful for this and commit together to ensure the funds we gather collectively do a greater good for ourselves and our world than they could have done alone. May this offering sustain and grow the life and mission of this congregation. May we give in love and hope. You are now invited to participate in the blessing of giving as the ushers come among you to accept the gifts of the congregation. You may also give online via the QR code on the back of the order of service. The morning offering will now be gratefully received. Please join me in reciting the offertory blessing that can be found in your order of service or behind me. To the work of creating beloved community within and beyond these walls, we dedicate ourselves and our offerings. We have two readings today. Both are excerpts from Andrea Gibson's poetry and essays. I'm going to start with the poem Living Proof. I'm fascinated with this idea of getting high on life. I imagine people are on their backs in lilac fields, snorting the lines the planes leave in the sky, waking with honeymoons in their bloodstreams. Me, I often feel like I'm the vaccine for goosebumps. I can't remember the last time someone commented on my sunny disposition. That doesn't mean I haven't tried to juice the sun for every holy drop. No one stands by passively while their joy gets lost in the dark. I know it is its own injury, spending too much of your life just holding yourself together. Our second reading is going to come in just a second. First, I'd like to introduce our guest speaker for this morning. She is Halli Carbrey. Halli is a religious trauma and sex therapist turned coach and educator with a background in clinical psychology from Moody Theological Seminary and 10 years of clinical experience in private practice. We're so glad she's with us today. Halli Carbrey.
Thank you all for having me. It's so nice to be with you this morning. I'm going to start with another brief essay from the late poet Andrea Gibson, and then we'll dive in. I never knew I'd been barricading myself from happiness. I thought I'd always had my arms open to a joy that simply wasn't running in my direction. I thought I was juicing the sun for every sweet drop. I thought I, like the flowers, almost always leaned toward the light. But what I've learned in these past years is that most of us don't lean toward the light. We lean towards safety. We worry because we think worrying will prepare us for all future outcomes. We hold a grudge because we think grudges are shields against future hurt. We talk unkindly to ourselves so that nobody beats us to the punch. But this type of safety obviously isn't shelter. It's more like a dark dungeon where the truth can't shine through. Falsely, we believe that if we feel the heights of joy, we will have a longer and harder fall. But joy is not a tall building we can crash from. Joy is the cord of a parachute that can save us. If you're anything like me, you might be wondering who I am and how I got here. And as I thought about that, I realized, aren't those two of the most important questions that humans wrestle with? As you can see, I am prone to existential thinking. But for today's purposes, I'm Halli. You know some of this already, but I am a cult survivor, a religious trauma and sex therapist turned coach and educator, as Linda mentioned, and I'm proud to be divorced, single mom of 3, ages 7, 9, and 11. Speaking of them, my 9-year-old's birthday party is actually right after this, so if you want to connect with me, but I've dipped out, you're welcome to get my contact information from Reverend Karen, or find me at Halli Faith Liberated on Instagram, where I break down the harms of high control religion. I realized that was very millennial of me to give my Instagram handle. I connected with Reverend Karen several months ago about whether or not a talk on recovering from the harms of purity culture would be helpful here or not. If you're not familiar with the concept, consider yourself lucky. Purity culture refers to an evangelical Christian movement in the 90s and 2000s that emphasized complete sexual purity before marriage, even purity in thought, all of which sets us up to police instead of enjoy this part of ourselves, which causes a whole host of issues when it comes to experiencing pleasure and connection. Reverend Karen and I hit it off and talked about our life stories, our former experiences with seminary and religion, and decided that a broader talk on the importance of pleasure and joy would make the most sense. Because we decided this topic months ago, we didn't know exactly what kind of societal and political context this talk would be given in. That the files would be released, our fellow humans would be kidnapped and murdered in the streets, and democracy would feel on the verge of collapse. So you might think that a talk on joy and pleasure is odd during a time of collective rage and mourning, but that's actually the point of my talk. So I'm gonna give you the punchline and then we'll flesh it out together. It's important for me to state clearly that this talk is not about bypassing what we're feeling. This isn't about toxic positivity or forcing yourself to feel grateful or happy. This is a talk about how pleasure and joy keep us connected to our humanity and to the humanity of others, which is essential for this moment. The systems that are causing unfathomable harm right now rely on dehumanization, the violent objectification of human bodies and lives. There's a quote from Dan Savage that I return to often. For those of you who may not know, he's a writer and longtime LGBTQ+ activist who lived through and lost many friends during the AIDS crisis. He said, during the darkest days of the AIDS crisis, this quote always gets me. We buried our friends in the morning, we protested in the afternoon, and we danced all night. It was the dance that kept us in the fight because it was the dance we were fighting for. This quote always gets me. It refuses a false binary. It's not grief or joy, rage or pleasure, resistance or celebration. It honors the brutal and emphasizes the beautiful, the painful and the powerful paradox of the human existence. When the late poet Andrea Gibson, who we heard from before, who lived with cancer for years before her passing, says that joy is the parachute that can save us, she's talking about the intentional practice and focus on joy as a crucial active tool for resilience and survival during life's most challenging free falls. It suggests that when we are overwhelmed by despair or trauma, intentionally finding and pulling the cord of joy can prevent us from crashing, allowing us to descend safely and regain our footing. I am not saying that pleasure and joy should be forced, moralized, or used as a performance of resilience. In fact, turning joy into a requirement is just another form of domination and control. What I am saying is that pleasure and joy are resources. Warmth, the crackling of a fire, a weighted blanket, your favorite music, laughter, touch, the smell of pine needles, enjoying all of the pleasures of life within you and between you. Zoomed all the way out, we see the systems, the structures, the patterns, injustice, history, harm. That wide view matters. It's how we understand what's happening in the world and why. But if we stay zoomed out all the time, we lose resolution. Faces and stories blur. We risk overwhelm or paralysis. Zooming in brings us back to the body, to sensation, to breath, to the small details that remind us that we are here and that others are here with us, to be present with what is, to enjoy what is. Pleasure and joy lived in this zoomed-in frame, not as a denial of the wider picture, but as a way to stay connected to the beauty and the humanity inside of it. A post-evangelical pastor named Carrie Ladoser offers this shift. My hope is not simply that we will rise back to the surface, though I do hope that. But more than that, my hope is that we will learn to breathe at this depth. That is what pleasure and joy can offer us right now. Not an escape hatch or a way out, but a way to breathe here. The feminist theorist, author, and cultural critic Bell Hooks wrote, "The practice of love is the most powerful antidote to the politics of domination." Love, in this sense, isn't just affection or sentiment, it's attention, it's care. It's the refusal to let ourselves or others become objects. Pleasure and joy are part of that practice. Pleasure and joy do not erase suffering, but we can reach for the cord of their parachute and hold on tight. So, if today or this week you find a moment of pleasure, however small, I invite you to let it in and let it count. Because these moments remind us of what we are protecting. They make sustained resistance possible. Listen for, notice, cultivate. A moment of boisterous laughter between children, a dance party in the kitchen between virtual meetings, an embrace that turns into more. A golden doodle with snow all over their face sliding into the house with so much excitement to see you, even though they just saw you 5 minutes prior. Let it in. I'll leave you with some of my favorite words from the poet Stephanie Green. Bless the erotic life force that blooms in your body and asks for you to remember that you are more than this system, more than this concrete God, more than this uncertainty, and more than this hopelessness. Thank you.
Please rise in body or spirit for our closing song, Coming Home, that's going to be projected on the wall behind me. We will sing it through twice. We extinguish this chalice with an open heart. We are building a better world together. We are becoming better people together. We are living our lives together. We don't have to do it alone.